It's amazing what Joe Burrow has done since he's been the starting quarterback for the Bengals. This is in 52 years before Joe Burrow, the Bengals had 5 playoff wins, 2 AFC Championship Game appearances. Under Joe Burrow, the Bengals had 5 playoff wins, 2 AFC Championship Game appearances in 3 years. So it's amazing how Joe Burrow has completely changed the Cincinnati Bengals organization, Mark. The Bengals are going to be contenders in the AFC for the next 15 years on the Joey B. It's the reality of what has happened since he's been drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, and he's already at his second NFL playoff run, the franchise's all-time leader in quarterback wins in the playoffs. When he hit Chase for that touchdown early against Buffalo, he became their all-time yardage passing leader in the playoffs. And this is just his second stint in the NFL playoffs. It's the turnaround in Cincinnati has been incredible. And obviously, look, there's more to it. There's Chase, there's Higgins, there's the guys up front, there's the defense, there's the coaching. But Burrow has been fantastic for this franchise.
He really has. Now, next factor for me, Mark, for the Chiefs defensively is going to be Chris Jones, their defensive tackle. Chris Jones is going to have to create havoc up front because the Bengals are playing with backup offensive linemen. So I think Chris Jones has to win his matchup with those Bengals offensive linemen who are backups. That's the one chance I give the Chiefs defensively against this Bengals offense. Chris Jones has to be dominant in this game.
Yeah, and what's one of the biggest bugaboos, one of the biggest things that gives quarterbacks fits? It's quick interior pressure, right? Like quarterbacks, we love it when it's coming off the edges because we can step up in the pocket or, if we feel like you could spin around it or whatever. Quick interior pressure, it's tough to avoid. It's tough to escape from. And it throws all this timing we've talked about, right? Quick time to throw, getting the ball out quickly, taking what the defense gives you. If you've got a defender in your lap through the A gaps, a half a second, 1 second into the down, that throws all of that out the window. And so if Jones can get going against this interior of the Bengals offensive line, that would be huge for Kansas City.
Now you look at Patrick Mahomes, Mark, he has an 8-3 record, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 3,576 passing yards, completing 67% of his passes. Obviously, he's dealing with an ankle injury right now. So how effective do you believe Mahomes is going to be, despite us already knowing he's not going to be 100% going into this game?
I think he'll still be effective, Trey. I think what we've seen from Mahomes over the years, and he said it after the game Sunday, he said it all throughout this week already, is that he can make almost any throw from any platform, from any arm angle. The arm talent is eye-popping. The fact that he doesn't have the sort of 100% right ankle to drive off, that's not going to matter to Patrick Mahomes. Now, the question is going to become, and we won't really know this until Sunday, one, his mobility in the pocket. How comfortable is he moving around, or is he going to be more statuesque? And two, how comfortable is the coaching staff, Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, how comfortable are they doing some stuff where he's designed rollouts, sprint outs, boot action, some of the stuff that they've used from time to time? I mean, they opened their game against Jacksonville with speed option, with him sprinted to the edge to pitch it to the back. Like, are they going to feel comfortable enough in that right ankle to do things like that, to have concepts like that in the game plan? Or is it going to be, look, we have to treat him as a backup pocket, as a drop back pocket passer in this game? And so I think, look, Mahomes, the throws and all that stuff, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the pocket mobility, and I'm wondering, Trey, is the game plan going to be different because they don't feel comfortable having designs like that in the script, in the package of plays because of that ankle injury, because he might be limited with that mobility? The biggest word for the Chiefs this game and perhaps this season is patience. You have to have patience if you're Mahomes, particularly when they're dropping 8 into coverage. You have to have patience if you're Andy Reid. If it's 7-0 early, you're trailing. Stick to the game plan, stick to the script, run the football a little bit if you're going to get those 3 down, 8 up kind of looks. Don't panic, don't overreact. If you think back, Trey, to that AFC Championship game last year, in the second half, they did a lot of that drop 8 stuff, and Mahomes was pressing to try to make things happen.